Hi again, guys. You're listening to Vol and you're watching the TSL. I've got a really interesting game for you. This is RedeemeR against A2. So just say a couple of things about these guys. A2 being a Russian player, also known as Advocate, and his nickname is Advo for this game, so that's short for Advocate, obviously. And RedeemeR is the American, also known as TOT in Control, who some of you know quite well. And we've got in control, I'm going to call him RedeemeR for this game because that's the nickname that he's using for the TSL. So RedeemeR as the blue zerg at the top left. This is longinus, of course, all of the best of 3 rounds, starting with longinus, then proceeding to blue storm, then to zodiac. And we've also got Advocate as the white terran. And we're going to call this the 2:30 position, maybe the 3 o'clock position. You guys get the main gist of it. It's the right-hand side of the map. And already Advocate actually walling up his his outside choke point with the barracks and a supply depot. And what you're going to see is a second supply depot going down in between there. And this is going to be quite well. That SCV is going out to scout first, obviously. RedeemeR putting down his hatchery first before spawning pool, so nothing too cheesy. By the way, you guys might actually remember a really awesome Zerg versus Zerg game that I did a commentary on not long ago featuring RedeemeR, and that was against PTAC. Really great game, and this is the same player. RedeemeR has come through to the round playoffs, and here we go, he's against Advocate now. Alright, so both players scouting down for the bottom left position, and they won't reach each other's bases very quickly. It looks like RedeemeR's putting out a drobe just because he wants to see what's going on, and I suspect that because it's longinus, and often Terran players like to do that wall-in trick, and because Advocate's got one of the two start locations which favours the wall-in because he's not at the top left, then RedeemeR just wants to check to see whether Advocate is in fact doing this. And what we've got here is a command center going down before the first Marine, I think it is. So a very early command center, and Advocate will have a strong economy from the get-go. Yes, RedeemeR. So RedeemeR's shown up with his drone, and he will see that. He will see that Advocate is already going for a very fast expansion build. On the other hand, Advocate has moved in with an SCV and has seen very standard play by RedeemeR. So both players just following a fairly normal game so far. We'll see as soon as anything divulges into more of a gamble kind of build. Hang on, I'm going to sneeze. Ooh. Oh, excuse me. Alright, so back to the game. We've got RedeemeR sending his initial scouting overlord over to the right-hand side now that he's realised that there's nothing down there. And oh my god, here's the third hatchery, and I better say something about this. The third hatchery has already gone down at the 9 o'clock position, so this is a really sneaky play by Zerg. I actually really don't like it when Zerg players do this because it kind of puts it up to luck sometimes. The Terran player will scout that or not. And if they can get away with it, it's just really so helpful that they get that third sort of set of gas. In fact, it's a double gas vent before they even have a chance to sort of go out and keep the Terran player contained with mutalisks or lurkers. But, oh my god, Advocate is actually going to scout this. So Advocate is actually moving straight to the 9 o'clock position. Maybe he suspected something was up, didn't see the third hatchery, and he sees it now for sure. And Zerglings chase, but it's too late. So Advocate has an advantage here. He has a lot of options. Well, he has a few options, some strong options in countering this, because what will happen now is that if he pushes out, RedeemeR will have to put Sunkens down on 2 different locations, or at least keep Zerglings at one of 2 different locations, and Advocate can choose the other one to attack with his Marine force. That's the way I see it anyway. And we've got RedeemeR going down with a lair straight up. He's got it half done already. So maybe we'll see some mutalisks or lurkers just ready to rush out and try and defend his third hatchery. If he can keep that third hatchery... Oh my god, he's got a 4th hatchery up, so I think this is mainly... The reason why he's got that 4th hatchery there in his base is because he expects Advocate... Because Advocate scouted that hatchery at the 9 o'clock, he expects Advocate to come in straight away and take it out. And again, moving the SCV in, Advocate just want to make sure that hatchery wasn't, in fact, cancelled or anything like that, and then he can just come back in and deal with it, hopefully. RedeemeR's made a number of Zerglings, about 8 to 10 there, and I think he's decided to do that. Just hold that thought. Oh my god, it's awful when you, as a Terran player, when you try and put that in that comsat station, you lift the command center up. Oh, that's terrible. By the way, Advocate going for 4 barracks, so he's playing aggressively here, just timing a push. So he's really counting on the fact that he can exploit that sneaky hatchery at the 9 o'clock. What I was saying before about the Zerglings is that RedeemeR knows that there's a timing push coming. He knows that Advocate is going to be heading out with a bunch of Marines, Firebats, Medics, as Advocate in fact is doing, and he wants to have those Zerglings there just to give himself some counterattack options, and he'll be able to use them to maybe try and rush into Advocate space. He's got an Overlord there, so he's seen that attack coming out right now. It's just unfortunate that the Medics and the Marines have split up. If the Zerglings attack the Medics right now, they've run past. There's an opportunity there to just surround the Medics and kill them, and then Advocate's entire push would have had no Medic support, and that would have been a shame. Alright, so RedeemeR, realising that Advocate's got his front door well and truly sealed off with the SCVs and Marines, hasn't done anything about the 9 o'clock position. I think he just expects to lose that 9 o'clock. Oh my god, Advocate attacking now. Advocate going for the mid. Sunken. Sunkens have morphed now, and the Marines are getting killed, and the Zerglings coming from behind, so this is not such a good attack by Advocate. Lost his force there. He would have been better off just attacking the 9 o'clock, but I think his plan was maybe to distract the Zerglings, because he's sending out another attack now. No, he's not. Going back home. Mutalisks are out. I didn't even see that Spire. It was very quick there by RedeemeR, and he's Advocate's going to stay at home now, so I've got to feel that Advocate had a missed opportunity, unfortunately, because now the Mutalisks are out, and RedeemeR will in fact be able to actually make at least some use of his 9 o'clock expansion, and we haven't actually got any missile turrets down, because instead Advocate spent that list of resources on some more barracks. He's in fact going for 6 barracks now, so extremely aggressive, really trying to make RedeemeR pay for that kind of 4 hatchery build with a lot of sunken colonies only at one location. Mutalisks attacking now at the bunker and shooting down some, laying low some Marines. I'd pull those Firebats off. I think it's just a micromanagement error there by Advocate, just rushing those Firebats out. I really like to use hold position in situations like that. Here we've got some lurkers being morphed from the Hydralisk Den, so I think that's a really good move by RedeemeR. Just get them as soon as possible, because once he's got some lurkers, he can definitely hold the 9 o'clock for sure. And we've got a huge group of Marines and Medics out from Advocate, and there's only one